Hello learners, welcome again to my channel Basic Commercial by Imdad. Today we're gonna learn what is LCF, how to import through LCF. Before going to start, I just remind you to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. Let's start. LCAF stands for Letter of Credit Authorization Form. It is mainly application for permission for opening LC as well as importing of goods into Bangladesh and remittance here against. LC copies. There are 6 copies. Original for exchange monitoring purpose and duplicate for customer purpose and triplicate for licensing purpose, authority purpose, and number 4 quadruplicate for licensing authority purpose, and number 5 quintuplicate for registration unit of Bangladesh Bank, and number 6 for office copies. If we summarize the slide, what we will learn, what is the basic thing of LCF. LCF is the key for opening an LC, and through LCF, generally in Bangladesh, through LCF people import goods from abroad and pay against the LC. And for there are 6 copies of LCF forms, and for all copies have individual purpose. How to import through LCF? It is very possible to import through LCF instead of LC, but for LCF the exporter have to agree first. Import against LCF from without opening LC may be allowed in the following cases. Number 1. Import of books, journals, magazines and periodicals on a side draft or usance bill basis. In case of import of raw materials and capital machinery by the registered industrial importers for the use of their own factories, irrespective of any price ceiling, and in case of import of any importable item by the commercial importers by making from Bangladesh of maximum 2 lakhs US dollars per annum. Number 3. Import of goods for which there are specific procurement procedures for import under commodity aid, load and grant without opening LC. That means the above mentioned cases are the import law of Bangladesh, the process or the cases when you can import material from outside the country through LCF. Number 1, if you want to import some books, journals, magazines, some catalogs, then you can import that through LCF. In that case, no need to open LC. And for industrial importers, those who have industry in Bangladesh, if they want to import their capital machineries, their raw materials, anything related to their factories, they can import through the LCF, but the maximum amount per year should be 2 lakhs US dollars. And some commodity aid purpose like relief purpose or other any emergency case purpose, if you want to import any commodity items, then you can import through LCF without LC. But again I want to remember you guys, if exporter does not agree, then you can't import through LCF. The importer must have agree with the exporter must have agree with you to export his product through LCF instead of LC. What is the advantages for using LCF? To give less commission instead of LC issuing commissions. Sometimes the LC commission is high for a small amount of LC, so importers prefers the import process only through LCF except LC. LCF used in the import of daily necessities and perishable goods. Any importer can import products using LCF up to USD 1 lakh per year. Capital machineries, spare parts, manufacturing raw materials and other related products can be imported using LCF. VAT on import of goods using LCF is comparatively less than LC VAT. Note that, however, LCF payment security is lower than LC payment security. To import goods using LCF, the importer has to apply to the bank by two forms with LCF: declaration for import under LCF, registration information about import without LC, and form of undertaking. By fulfill the above mentioned form, any importer can import through the LCF without LC if his exporter agree with him. And there are five advantages why actually importers wants to import through LCF instead of LC. Definitely, first of one is the commission, because if you want to open import something through LC, you have to pay much commission than LCF commission. So this is the one reason. Another is, if you want, LC process is sometimes it's a long process. So if you want to import some perishable goods, in that case you can also import through LCF. And the another important one is, if you the VAT on LCF is comparatively less than VAT on LC. These are the advantages for using LCF. Letter of credit authorization from LCF has three types of validity. Validity for opening LC within 180 days of issuance. Validity for shipments 17 months for capital machinery and 9 months for other items from the date of issuance. Validity for payment 18 months subsequent to the month of issuance for capital machinery and 12 months for other items. Thank you for watching the video, and please once again subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.